Welcome to Tea Party. It's opening day here at Öster Golf Club. Henrik Stenson's first ever golf design, Öster by Stenson, and one of the key members behind the scenes, the owner of Soul Golf. Can you describe for the viewers what you do?
Well, we're the contractors, so once we get a layout and a design from the architects, i.e. Christian and Henrik, we then take the map and lay out the golf course, and then literally strip all the ground and mould and shape the golf course, get it ready for passing, the individual sections of it, greens, tees, golf features, lakes, etc. And then throughout the process, follow back on with utilities like drainage, irrigation, sand materials to seed it out and finish it. So that's the. It sounds easier than what it is, but it's normally about a year and a half to get to that process, you know.
Yeah. Just to give us a bit of a reference, what projects have you done recently in recent years?
Well, recent years we have in Sweden we obviously had worked in Ullna up the road here back in 2011 with Jack Nicklaus. We've currently just finished a new Bobby Jones golf course in Ireland called Hogs Head, private members course last year. Yeah. We've just finished rebuilding Turnberry for Trump 3 years ago as well. We're currently working on Italy for the Ryder Cup course in 2022. So
what style golf course is that?
Well, it's an EGD. It's an existing inland course. Obviously, it's right in the centre of Rome. Yeah. So it's under construction. We're on phase 1, starting phase 2, with completion for summer of next year. Yeah. To be ready for Italian Open in 21 and Ryder Cup in 22. Yeah. So that's under construction. We're also under construction in Les Bordes with Gil Hans, building a new second course in Les Bordes in France. That's a pretty exciting project as well. And we're up in Crans, Montana, where the Omega Masters were last week. Yeah. So we're starting back there in October for phase 2 now, working there as well. Yeah.
Thin air, you have to be careful.
Yeah, it's up quite high. Yeah.
And you have a sort of a running gig with the RNA as well. How
does that work? We've worked in a lot of the RNA courses prior to open venues. So like maybe 2 years or 3 years prior to the open happening there, they will come in and do certain works of the golf courses with in relation to tees and bunkering and minor works, you know. Okay. So that's gone on for the last
slight upgrades.
Yeah, over the last 10 or 15 years. I think we've worked in 6 of the open venues over the last 14 or 15 years. Yeah.
Open venues, Ryder Cup. What size, what scale is this project compared to what you do?
No, this is a really interesting project from the point of view that you were bringing in 700,000 cubic meters of material, which is outsourcing from the site itself. Normally, in most circumstances, like we will find the material on site and we will move it where it needs to go to shell out the golf course. But here you're relying on material coming from different sections around Stockholm to come in. Yeah. So that was quite challenging, creating 8 hectares of lakes, and you had 38 kilometres of drainage, 100,000 tonne of sand. So it was quite, logistically, it was a lot of work involved. Again, you needed a really good team. But to be fair, with Magnus and Andres and the team here, they were very organised from the material point of view to keep our schedule going. Yeah, so it was challenging at times for sure, but very interesting. But a good team, and yeah, we got there in the end. So
yeah, what do you think about the final result?
Yeah, it's great. I think it's the facility has something for everybody. Young and old, from the driving range, that was the first part we came into, and to the par 3 to the golf course. But it's a very enjoyable course, and unfortunately my ability to build might be better than my ability to play. So for me, I often lose the odd ball here and there. For me, I actually come in wanting to go back out again and to come back and play. So for me, I find it very enjoyable. Yeah, sure.
It isn't, when it comes to Turnberry's and the others open venues and stuff you've done, it's not the easiest site. It's not that pleasing to the eye. And what has been the most challenging thing for you shaping?
Well, I suppose when you come to something that's like predominantly flat, and then if you look out there, there's 1.3 million cubic meters moved out there, which is a lot. So 700 imported, and then you worked with an original 400,000 of existing soil. Yeah. You also have 8 hectares of lakes that we created as well and moved into, and like with ground moving, and bringing in fill on top of the ground and making, then as you build walls and timber walls, everything can move, and you have to find time for it to settle. Yeah. So it's allowing the right time for it to settle and keeping in the schedule was definitely challenging, you know. Yeah. But so again, it's again that goes down to the design, really, you know, with Christian and Henrik. You know, we follow their pattern, but sometimes you have to work with certain areas that are moving, and you have to work around that. So a certain amount of flexibility is needed in any course construction.
How much do you influence, so to speak, the final result with things you do? I guess Christian gives you some freedom of.
Well, Christian will work with some of our shapers. Our shapers, who are the guys driving the bulldozers and the machines, the so-called sculptures, if you want to call them, for another word. And he would be familiar with some of them as well, having worked with Christian in the past. And like within the first stages of construction, even greens, tees, after the first one or two, you get a feel for how the golf course is starting to shape, and then you know, they'll feel it out quite quickly, and then they'll follow. So a certain amount of individual conversations with the shapers and our project management team and Christian obviously has to happen on the ground as well, for sure. Yeah. But it's exciting, you know. Sometimes you have to go back and do it again. With Christian obviously, or Henrik might want different changes and different little areas added or subtracted from it. But generally speaking, you know, we figure that out. At sub base really is when you want that to happen. So when you put the material in position while you're moving it and shaping it, it's no problem, because just a few hours or a day here and there. But when you put all the utilities in and put the roots on and getting ready for seeding, what you don't want is Christian to show up and say, well, actually on the green over there.
That was supposed to be over there.
Then you have a slight red face on that one. But generally speaking, that don't happen. We get to at subsoil or sub base, we call it. We normally get that side of it before we polish it, for sure.
In about 10 minutes time, Henrik Stenson will tee off, playing his own design. Are you going out to watch? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, I'll be following him all the way. Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Michael, nice talking to you.
Thanks great. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you.